Hello students, welcome. This is Mrs. Mercado speaking. I hope all of you are doing great, staying safe, being focused. We're almost at the end of the semester. Okay. I wanted to do this short lecture or video, kind of like to give you a rundown of what to expect on week number 14. We are done covering the content. Chapters 1 through 6 have been covered. Now this week, number 14, you do have test number 3 for chapters 5 and 6. Let me go over to my content folder, that way we can follow along. We're doing week 14. Okay, so this week, you have your third test over chapters 5 and 6, and it's scheduled for Monday, April the 20th at 8 a.m. all the way through Thursday, April 23rd at 11 p.m. So you have 4 full days to complete your test, okay? So you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday all day. Please mark your calendars. Okay? I will not be giving any extensions or makeups. If you are, I know a lot of students are working double shifts because of the coronavirus or anything that's happening out of the ordinary. If you are working double shifts or have a very busy schedule, Monday through Thursday, you need to reach out to me immediately and let me know what's happening. Hey miss, this is happening, this is my schedule for this week, I cannot do the test Monday through Thursday, and then me and you, one-on-one, will figure something out, okay? But if you, the student, does not communicate with me and let me know what's going on in your life, I do not have a crystal ball, I don't know what's happening, I'm going to assume you just didn't do the test, okay? So communication is very important. I'm letting you know the test is Monday through Thursday. If Monday through Thursday does not fit your schedule for whatever reason, it is your responsibility to reach out to me on Monday, okay? I don't want you calling me or messaging me on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, hey miss, I missed the test, okay? That's not acceptable. You communicate with me on Monday, let me know what's happening, and then we figure something out, okay? That is your responsibility, okay? So you do have your test number 3 this week. These are the problems that you're going to be seeing on your test. The review was provided last week. So you should have had plenty of time to go over the specific problems. All of the problems in your test have been covered in your homework, okay? So it's a matter of you going back to your old homework assignments, looking for these problems, and reviewing them. The solutions have become available. The answers are there. The feedback is there. You just need to invest time in organizing your notes, going over your problems, figuring out what you did right, what you did wrong, and studying. Okay, that's part of the studying process. Okay, so that is the first thing that's going to go down this week during week 14 that is running from April the 20th through April the 26th. Okay, your test number 3. Now, you're also going to start working on your semester project, okay? Like I mentioned before, you are done with the content. And now, I will be assigning 2 semester projects. I usually give those at the end of the semester once all of the 6 chapters have been covered. So we're done covering the content. Now we're going to basically put together everything that has been learned, chapters 1 through 6, and complete these 2 semester projects. Okay, so you're going to begin working on your project. The project is not due till next week. The project is due, let me look at my calendar. The project is due till May the 3rd, okay, to the following week. Now the project is a little bit long. That is why I'm giving you part of this week, part of week number 14. As soon as you're finished with your test, you can begin working on your project. Okay? Do not procrastinate. Do not leave the project for the last minute. You will not finish it. Okay? So, the project is long. Let me go into the project, that way you all can have an idea of what it looks like. And we are doing what? The payroll project? No, we're doing the semester project. What class is this? Oh, this is my wrong class. Never mind. Let me go into this class. Never mind. I have so many windows open. Excuse me, guys. Okay. So let me go into my payroll class. now I'm going to go over on the assignment. That way you all can, semester project 1. So I'm going to preview it. This is how it's going to look on your end. Remember, things might look a little bit off because I am the instructor. But this is how it should look when you do your project, okay? It is not timed. You can save your work and resume at a later time. There's 3 parts to the project. So it basically tells you here that this is an illustrative case that follows something that has been provided to you in the chapter. So it's in the illustrative case in this chapter, which is chapter 6. Payroll transactions for Brookings companies were analyzed, journalized, and posted for the 3rd quarter of the fiscal year. In this problem, you are to record the payroll transactions for the 4th quarter, the last quarter of the year. Okay, the last quarter begins on April. You're given a narrative of transactions. You're given account balances right here. You're giving additional tax information, and then you're giving your journals. Okay? It says analyze and journalize the transactions described in the narrative. You're going to go to the narrative. The narrative has April 1st. Whatever is happening on April 1st, it's where you're going to enter the journal entry. So they've already dated that for you. They've already let you know these are the number of entries you need to have, and you have a drop-down menu of what you need to do. Remember, debits always go on top, credits always go on the bottom, okay? Rule of thumb. Debits go first, credits go second, okay? So it's a matter of you selecting the correct account and then entering the dollar amount on the debit or credit column. Make sure that when you are entering your journal, the debits always equal the credits, okay? So you're going to be analyzing all of these transactions that happened during April, May, and June. These are the information about the balances, tax rates, and then you journalize. That's the first part, okay? Now the second part is similar, okay? You're being asked to record more transactions here. You've got the dates here for April, May, and June. Balances, and this is your journal, okay? Now, the third part is additional journal entries. So as you can see, there's a lot of journalizing that's going to happen, okay? A lot of journalizing. These are your transactions, your narrative of the transactions, your account balances as of June. So the first transactions here are as of April. The second transactions are as of May, and then the third transactions are as of June. Okay, so you have 3 different pages: part 1 April, part 2 May, part 3 June. Okay, now once you've recorded all of your transactions, they're asking you to post the June journal entries, only the June journal entries, in chronological order to the general ledger account in the attached spreadsheet. Okay, I'm not going to click that button because what happens is every time I open a file while I'm recording, my computer freezes. Okay, there's a link. If you can toggle through it and it's in blue, you click on it and a link is going to open for you. All right, let me give it a try. Let me see if it works. I hope it doesn't get stuck for me here. Let me give it a minute. So there's that spreadsheet that's attached. You're going to download that spreadsheet. You're going to open it up. Okay. Hopefully it works for me, guys. Let me see. Give me a second here. While this opens, I hope all of you are doing excellent. It's been a long semester. We're almost at the finish line, guys. So we can do this, okay? Let's stay positive. Let's see, is it gonna open or it's not gonna open for me? Yes, it did open. Awesome. Okay, so what's gonna happen is you're gonna have ledgers, okay? These are, for every account you have a general ledger. You have to copy the information from from your journal, and it says to post the June journal entry. So you're only going to worry about any entries done in June, okay? So it says post the June journal entries in chronological order to the ledgers. And the ledgers are the ones that we opened up, and now I cannot go back to them, but you've already seen them. Just download the spreadsheet. And when you're finished, you're going to enter the final June balance of each account below. So you're going to calculate the ending balance for each account using the ledgers. And then once you figure out on your ledgers what that ending balance is, you're just going to enter the ending balance here. So you should be familiar with posting transactions from your journal to your ledger. I'm sure that most of you have already taken Introduction to Accounting. That was covered in Introduction to Accounting. Make sure that you are familiar with it. If you're not familiar, look at a YouTube video, at your old textbooks. But we do need to know how to transfer the information from the journal to the ledger, okay? And then you're going to answer some additional questions, okay? I've given you 7 check my works. If you check down here, 7 check my works have been issued. That way you have 7 clicks so you can check your work, okay? You do have 2 tries to complete this project, okay? This semester project. I will keep the highest grade. These are very important comprehensive projects. I advise that if you do not get a 70% or better on your first try, you use the second try, okay? I really need for you to pass these semester project 1 and semester project 2, okay? So you do have 2 tries. You can go back to the ebook. You have a calculator. You can print it out if that works better. You know, I know a lot of people, including myself, I'd rather print it out, work on it on paper, and then just go in there and do the data entry. Okay, whatever works for you, that's up to you. Now, let me go back. Now, students in the past have been confused because it says in the illustrative case in this chapter, okay, payroll transactions for Brookins Company were analyzed. Well, let me go to the ebook, okay. Oh, let me go here. I'm going to go to the ebook, and I'm going to go to chapter 6. Now, it becomes a piece of cake once you follow the examples provided. In that case, it becomes very easy to continue. Now, I was looking over it before, but let me start from the beginning. Once you go into chapter 6, this is the chapter. This is all of the information that you need to read or should have read. Now, at the bottom, there's section 610, okay? That is the illustrative case that the problem is referencing to, okay? So if you click the illustrative case, it gives you a lot of information, okay? You need to read the information on the illustrative case so the semester project makes some sense to you, okay? Now, this case is awesome because it provides you, rates, it provides you information, but it also provides you examples, okay? It provides you narrative of transactions, how to record them. So it's basically a blueprint of what you need to do April, May, and June. So you need to go through all of this information. As you see, it's a lot of information, but it gives you very useful information that will help you complete your project, okay? So just make sure that you do read through this information. It gives you examples of your general ledger, how they need to look or how you should be posting your transactions. Remember, your ledger, you always put the transaction date, the journal page number, whether it be a debit or a credit. You always just copy the information from your journal. If your journal is a debit, you put it in the debit column. If your journal is in the credit column, you put it in the credit column, okay? And then you have your recurring balance. The last item is your ending balance of the account, okay? So this is an example of your ledgers. That way you can have a guidance, okay? That way you're not lost, okay? There's a lot of useful information. Take the time to read through it, okay? So that is what it's meant. So once again, you're going to go to chapter 6 and you're going to go to illustrative case 6.10. Okay? To complete your problem. Okay? Let me go back to the assignment. blah, blah, blah. Let me see. Semester project 1. Okay. To you as a student. Okay. So that's how it's going to run. Just make sure that you keep track of all of the transactions, that you don't miss any. That's why I allowed students to print them. That way you can, as you're working out, maybe mark them off, and that way you don't forget any of them. So it's important, to make sure that you go through every single transaction and that you carefully review the balances as of the beginning of the month that it's specified here, and then you enter all of your transactions. A common mistake I see students do is they're not in balance. Their debits do not equal their credits. Okay, so it's very important that you check your math. It's 3 sections. Let me check something real quick. Okay, so this project number 1 is worth 100 points. That is 10% of your overall grade, guys. So it's very important that you do well on this project. Okay, so that is just an overview of how the project looks in Cengage. It's 3 parts. Remember to go into your ebook, review the illustrative case on section 610. That way you can have guidance as how to complete it. And make sure that you complete your test, which is only available Monday through Thursday. Okay? If you have any questions or any clarification, let me know. Now, I will not be answering any content-related questions about the test. I will not be helping students on the test. By now, you should have asked me all the questions that you had. Once the test window becomes available, I don't answer any questions as to how to complete problems. That should have been taken care of before. Okay? So I will not be answering any content-related questions, but if you have any questions about instructions, about having technical problems with the test, about not being able to take the test during the specified time frame, or anything of that nature, feel free to contact me. I'm available. So just there's various forms of communicating with me, whether it be Blackboard messages, my email, you can text me, you can call my cell phone, you can send me a pronto message, whatever works for you guys. Okay? So that is it for this short lecture. It was just an overview of what we're expecting to be doing on week number 14. I wish all of you the best of luck in this test. Oh, before I forget, also a reminder that today, Monday, April the 20th, it is the last day to withdraw. So if you need to drop from any course, today is the last day. Okay, so make sure that you do meet that drop deadline if you need to withdraw from a course. Okay, so that's all of the announcements that I have. Best of luck for you all in your test number 3. I wish you the best. Stay safe, and until next time. See you later.